So I was lying in bed this morning, and all I could think about was the chicken that I had taken out of the freezer yesterday that was now in the refrigerator, and if I didn't get it cooked soon, it was going to go bad. Because I have ADHD, I couldn't go and have a shower first and then start cooking. Oh no, I had to get out of bed, throw a clip in my hair, and start cooking. This is a simple skillet chicken and stuffing recipe. I'm going to brown the chicken and add some spices, salt, pepper, and slap your mama. When the chicken's done, remove it from the pan and start the sauce. To remove the excess olive oil, I use a paper towel. However, I don't recommend it because you can burn yourself. Ask me how I know. So this is me looking for the soup that I bought yesterday. You have to cram so much stuff into every little nook and cranny, and things get shoved behind other things, and then I can't remember where I shoved it, so of course, then I can't find it. Let's try somewhere else. Let's try this cabinet. After I finished cooking, I rearranged all these cabinets. Let's go back to where we started. This must be what it feels like to be a man. Dum-da-dum-da-dum, dum-da-dum-da-dum. What the fuck? I can't find it. Finally. If I'm making a sauce, I will use an off-brand soup like Winn-Dixie. But if I'm going to have a bowl of soup, I'm going to choose Campbell's every time. I've added my soup to the pan, and now I'm going to add better than bouillon with some water as my chicken stock to the soup. Have you guys tried this better than bouillon? It has so much more flavor than the pre-made chicken stock you buy in the store. Add about a tablespoon of the bouillon mix to a can of water, and then add that to the soup in your pan. Better than bouillon comes in different flavors, including beef. If you've ever made roast beef and made your own gravy using pan drippings, you can always add the beef-flavored better than bouillon to your pan drippings to enhance the flavor. I used to make a Sunday roast quite often. Sometimes I made good gravy, and sometimes I made not so good gravy. If it was good gravy, I would save it with the leftover meat and put it in a baggie in the freezer. When I had enough leftovers in that baggie, I would make a stew. Being frugal made it possible for me to take my kids to Disneyland 3 times when they were little, and I had 4 kids. I would not normally use chicken cutlets for this type of a meal. Chicken cutlets would usually be saved for something like chicken parmesan. This is the perfect casserole for leftover chicken. Tomatoes, vinegar, or Worcestershire sauce add enough acid and give your food that little bit of bite that it needs. Food needs that perfect balance of fat, salt, and acid to make it taste good. I'm trying to find a spoon so I can taste this, and look what I pull out of the drawer. I found it. It's a box of Great Value chicken stuffing mix, and nothing fell out of my head. After I added the stuffing mix to the soup mixture, I realized that I was going to need some more water because the breadcrumbs were going to absorb a lot of that soup. I'm sure there's a recipe online that you can find that has the exact measurements, but here I just used a can of water. Ernie needs my help outside. He's trying to put the bicycle together. So I'm going to have to go out there. Be back with you in a second. Why is it when a man's doing something, he always needs your help, or when he's finished, you have to clean up his mess? I don't think I've ever called a man in to help me cook or do the dishes when I'm done. What gives? The spark striker doesn't work on this old oven, so I'm going to have to light it manually. This is not an easy task for a tall person because you have to practically put your head in the oven to make sure that you ignited the pilot light. And now I'm going to turn it to 350 degrees. Now what am I supposed to do? Look at my head going back and forth. I can't think about what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh yes, I need to add the chicken to the sauce. Once you add the chicken back to the pan, make sure you cover it with the sauce. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. I like hearing from you, and it helps my channel grow. I love that this handle is removable. I can go from the stove top to the oven instantly. Cook at a 350 oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now I always clean my stove top as soon as I'm finished using it. Make sure you use a pot holder so you don't burn your hands. Ask me how I know. And it's finished. Just serve with a side vegetable. Easy peasy. I'll call this a success. It tastes really good. The only problem I have now is what am I going to do with all of the leftovers? Oh well, at least the chicken didn't go bad. Please remember to like and subscribe.